Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you with your Puffco Proxy and your Puffco Bud. Hello, everybody. This is the unboxing and first impressions and demonstration of the Puffco Bub. Hello, everybody. Well, as you know, Puffco does not want to ship to me, so I had to spend more money. For $104.95, I got to a local vape shop that had the Puffco Bub in stock. We're going to unbox it, get started with this puppy. Should be $99, but I had to spend $104.95. As always, they do a very nice job with their boxing. It's a true illustration of or a photo of what the product's going to look like. This is an extremely simple product, but wow, does it make a change. The Puffco Bub. Let's get started. As always, Puffco form fits the foam to be really, really tight. You're not going to get any movement. You can actually carry your bub in here if you had to. And there's even room for you to put, well, we'll talk about it. Let's take the unit out and take a look at it. Well, as you can see, it's glass, smoke-colored glass. But the cool thing about it is that it stands on its own, as you can see, just like the Puffco Proxy stands on its own. So, as we're going to put this thing through its paces, we're going to have to decide, is it more than just glass? Is it just another piece of glass? What really are we doing here? So let's do what we need to do. Let's remove the unit where everything happens, the battery, the base, from the Proxy pipe stem. Okay, we're going to put the pipe aside. Now, you've seen all kinds of videos about where these things can go. I saw one in a watermelon. I saw one in a shoebox. Somebody rolled up a pizza. There are a lot of pretty cool things you can do with these Proxy chambers and the bases. But what I wanted to do is really kick it up a notch. I want to kick up my dabbing a notch with the Puffco Proxy so that I get the water filtration benefit that I like. So let's put it in. Let's line up our hole in the chamber with our hole in the bottom of the glass. I'm going to line it up and place it right in. Okay, here we are. Now, we're going to take it. Now that it fits in, put it back over here. We're going to put some water in. There's no marker, unfortunately, as to how far up the water should go. So please, everybody, be careful when you're putting water in. You don't want to overfill. You don't want water to spill over into the area where you're going to have the electronics. So let's put the water in carefully. Not too much water, but just enough. I think that's the case with all glass on dabbing. You want it to be just enough. Let's take a look. No pushback, no water going back in. Let's replace the chamber back in where it goes. Fit it in nicely as we talked about a moment ago. Snugly. I like to have my carb cap facing directly at me so I can flip it up. This happens to be the new ball cap you can twist and turn. So it looks visually very nice, and it sits very nicely flat on a desktop. So you really have the advantage of being able to use this thing as a desktop vaporizer, as well as taking it with you as a portable. Remember, this is glass. It can break, so please be careful. But the most important thing we're going to discuss today is performance. It's nice when it looks good, but what does it do? Is it going to change the game for us? You know, it's $100. You're now taking the price of this unit up to $399. So you're at the same price as the introduction of the Puffco Peak Pro with all its whistles and bells. But what this has is has all the whistles and bells and a lot of customization options. That's really the key here. This is Puffco's own version of water filtration. But there are a bunch coming on the market now for the Proxy from other companies. I'm going to take a look at some, because right now I have to say the Puffco Proxy as a pipe has become my favorite vaporizer, my favorite e-rig. What's going to happen now with water? Let's take a look. Double click, here we go. Out on red. I want to give this thing a chance to really perform. So I want to go out on red for everybody so we can really see the dab train moving. What I'm going to be looking for is taste profile, terpene profile, so I can really understand and see if the benefits of my medicine can get through to me. I'm not worried about the slope design of the mouthpiece. I think it's going to enhance the flow of the air and the vape and keep the water down. I won't get splashback. Here we go, everybody. This is, by Puffco, the Bub. Are you kidding? This is on red. On red. I cough, but I'm not choking. What an incredible job of water filtration. I can't say enough. I'm a one-hit wonder, I should say not, but I know right away when I take a hit if I like the device. I'm not going to say I like this. I love it. So, what this has a potential of becoming for me and Mrs. Stoner is our go-to vaporizer. This is already, as a pipe, our go-to vaporizer. Our go-to e-rig for dabbing. This is a game changer. A total game changer. I don't see any water splash back into the chamber at all. I got tremendous flavor. I got the punch I was looking for also. Remember, you're looking for clouds. Let's face it. You want to take a hit. Let's do it again. Let's run it again. Here we go. You don't want to do it more than 4 times in a row because it overheats the circuit. This is my 3rd time. This might be the one I'm going to stop at from the demonstration standpoint. Here we go. One thing that should be said about the Proxy, it's extremely efficient. Even though you think it's going to burn your oil off, what it does to convert your dab into oil. So I have now oil on the bottom. I'm going to have to take a dab roach and clean it off because that's what I do. I don't go to the very end. Because the taste changes. But with the Bub, what I'm getting is continuous flavor. It's got to be the water filtration. Glass just doesn't do it. It's the water. And I got to tell you, knowing Puffco, there's a scientific design here. What I mean by that is they figured out angular. They had a scientist come in and understand the ergonomics of taking a hit. They know exactly what they did here with the Bub. They know the angle of the stem, why they put the angle of the stem that way, all the things that I'm curious about. I'm sure they researched, spent money on, took their time on, and really did. So here's what we got. We have the unit, and we know about the unit already. It's a 4-temperature, 2-button click, 360 chamber. It's got all the whistles and bells, and I have a ball cap on it now. And with the Proxy base that it comes with, you're ready to go to town. You have enough that you can go on the road, take this and smoke it and enjoy it. Well, guess what? With the Bub, what you're able to do now is you're able to have basically a modular Puffco Peak Pro. Think about it. On steroids. Because this performs better than the Puffco Peak Pro. Sorry about the Wi-Fi. Sorry about all the connections for all the cool apps and everything. Doesn't matter. It's a little bit more old school with this, but look at how you do it. Let's understand the mechanism here. This is it. This is the mechanism. You either put it in your pipe and smoke it, or you put it in your bubbler and smoke it, and you're done. You now have all your bases covered with one device. Here's what I think is important to also note. about Puffco and the Proxy bub. Okay? It's a money grab, because that's what Puffco does. It's a money grab. But in this case, it performs so much differently, pardon me, than the original setup that I think it's worth it. They're not selling a $400, $399 device. They're selling a $299 device and a $100 add-on product. That's the key here. It's modular. You do not have to buy the bub if you don't want to. I strongly recommend it. Those of you like me who think we got the $299 Proxy and wow, it's only $299, that was what the original peak was, start thinking differently. That is not what this is about. That extra $100 is going to take you to an entirely different level. It's only going to be $100 to get $400 worth of performance. Is that said right? You're already going to be owning this component over here and this component. So that extra $100 gives us the ability to really have a totally different device in the house for $100. And you can't do that. Not at this level. You're going to get the value of a $400 device just by buying the $100 glass. Anyway, shame on Puffco. I have a couple of real issues with Puffco. I'm starting to have a better experience with their customer service department. They're at least responding to me. But, when you get big like Puffco, I guess you maybe forget your roots. People like us are Puffco's roots, and they should not forget the common man. We're spending the money to put them where they are. So the product, 5-star, double thumbs up from Senior Stoner. They really did an incredible job on the Proxy bub. The pricing, look, Puffco you have to spend money to get anything Puffco. No coupons, no discounts, it's tough. But if you want it, I think it's actually worth it. And it's very hard for me to say because I don't want to spend other people's money. But in some cases, you have an ability to transform a device, and this is that case. This is a transformative product. It's going to change your dabbing experience 180 degrees. Hope you enjoyed this video of the unboxing, first impressions, and demonstrations of the Puffco Proxy bub water bubbler. Home run in any angle. Thanks for joining me. As always, you know what to do if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, send a like, and a reply to all the comments. Thanks for being here, everyone. The real Senior Stoner and the Puffco Proxy with the bub bubbler. Cheers, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you all.